Good morning, Peabody friends. It's Miss Bloom here to read some more books as we get ready for Earth Day, which is coming up next week. It's going to be a week from Wednesday, I think. And we have been reading some books about Earth Day itself, about recycling, and today we're going to start talking about other things we can do besides just recycle and reuse. We're going to be talking about how we can conserve, which means save, things like energy. Our book today is called Why Should I Save Energy? And we're going to talk about that word energy. So as you listen to the book, think about examples of energy that you hear in the book, and we'll see what those are when we get to the end. Let's see. Let's go to the title page. Our author is a woman, Jen Green. The illustrator is a man, Mike Gordon. And the publisher who brought the book all together so we could read it is Barron's Educational Series. Why should I save energy? Let's get started. In my family, we are careful about how we use energy. And we're going to learn more about that word, energy. I see them here having some tea. And he's reading a book. She's doing a puzzle on the floor. And I see some cookies. Maybe it's hot cocoa. We never used to be careful. We wasted lots of energy. We used the car all the time. Now, wasted means to use more than you need to. And you can see lots of people driving in their cars. And we'll find out cars need energy to move. You might know what your family needs to put in a car so that it can drive down the road. It starts with the letter G and makes the sound G. What is that we put into cars? If you said gas, you are right. And gas is a type of energy. And we get it from deep down in the ground. If you read our book about the aluminum can, no, maybe it was the book, about the plastic bottle, you heard about oil that's deep down underground. So they used to use the car all the time. And we always left the lights on. Look, they're going somewhere and look at their house. Do you see in all those windows, the lights are on. They left the house, no one's there, but they left the lights on in all the rooms. Light is a type of energy. We need to use resources that are out in the world to make light. We turned the heat on full blast and we took hot baths with the water nearly up to the top. Now here, she's wearing shorts and a t-shirt, and as the heat turned up high, if it's winter time, you could wear long pants, put on a sweater, and then the heat doesn't need to be on so high because heat is another type of energy. And you can see in the bathtub, she's filled the water to the very top. And while baths are lots of fun, they use more water than the shower. So a quick shower that gets you clean saves more water than a bath. So that's something to think about. One evening, my friend Robert was playing at our house, and suddenly there was a power outage. Oh no! So they were at the house playing. Looks like they had some music going. And here's the lamp. And they were playing, maybe with a ball. And suddenly the lights went out. A power outage means that the power lines to a house have been interrupted. Something's happened. We sometimes call that a blackout because if it's nighttime, everything goes dark. have you ever had a blackout at your family's house? We read a book about a robot before school was switched to home learning, and that robot discovered what it was like to have a blackout. I thought electricity was always right there whenever we needed it. You just switch it on. So she didn't realize that the lights are all connected to the energy that comes to our house. Robert, my friend, said that we must save energy. And I asked him, why should I save energy? And she's in the middle of putting a sweater on, and her parents are looking a little bit cold because when the power goes out, in many cases, it means the heat goes off. Robert knew about energy because he had learned about it at school. Energy is precious. Precious means it's very important, and we have to be very careful with it. Electricity is energy made by burning fuel. That's coal, oil, and gas, said Robert. So here you can see they burn fuel, and that makes water get hot and make steam, which goes into a special place that makes electricity. It turns various gears, and that makes electricity. And you heard him mention that it could be coal, which comes from the earth, oil, which comes from way deep down in the earth, and gas, which also comes from our earth. Cars, trains, and buses also run on fuel, he explains to his friend. Our teacher says the world's fuel supplies won't last forever. If we're not careful, they will run out, said Robert. So that's why we need to conserve or save and not use more than we need, and think about ways that we can use even less. Then he asked me, what do you think would happen if our homes ran out of energy? And he's holding a flashlight because, remember, they had a blackout, a power outage. There would be no power for cooking or heating. We would get chilly, and our food would be cold too. And what would happen if we ran out of energy at school? The teacher would say, no computers today, and the cafeteria would serve cold sandwiches again. Now don't worry, this is not likely to happen. What would happen if the whole town ran out of energy? Well, the buses and trains that help people move all around, they would have to stop. And it would be hard to fill the stores with all the things we need. So I asked my friend, how can we save energy? And my little brother said, I know, just stay in bed. That's so silly. We can't stay in bed all day. There are many ways to save energy, said Robert. The first thing is turn off lights when you don't need them. Uh-oh, she went to turn off the lights when her dad was reading a book. Oops, she said, and her dad said, hey. So if somebody needs the lights on, you don't turn them off. But if nobody's in a room, or if you're all going out somewhere, turn off all the lights. Close windows and doors when the heat is on, and try putting a sweater on if you feel cold, rather than turning up the heat. So we're almost done, I think, with winter. And so, yeah, when the heat is on, you don't want any doors or windows open because the heat goes right out. And it's always a good idea. Just put on a few more clothes to stay warm rather than turn the heat up super high. Going to school by bus or train uses less fuel than going by car. And if possible, you could ride your bike or walk, said Robert, or share a ride. So it's a good idea to think about how often we use the car and try and find other ways. Robert was right. Saving energy is easy, and you might find yourself doing new things. Saving energy saves money too, so you can have extra treats now and then. So it looks like this family rode their bikes to a park. They're having fun outside. And these two decided with money they're saving, they went and got, do you see what she's holding? Two, what are those? Did you say ice cream cones? Two ice cream cones. So, our story, Why Should I Save Energy? Talked about lots of different kinds of energy. Let's see if we can remember the energy to heat our home, the energy for the lights that let us read and play games at night, the energy for our cars and trains and buses to work. They use gas, and there are other kinds of energy. So we'll try to think about ways that maybe we can use a little less energy. I don't know about you, but in my family, I'm kind of the light police. When I see lights on and nobody's in a room, I switch them off. So maybe you can be part of the light police at your house. I'll see you soon as we read more books getting ready for Earth Day. Bye, friends.